All right.
There you go.
Karen Goodyear. Here we go. Watch your nose. Okay. Right. Karen, we're here today to interview you about the Assistance League.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that of Coachella Valley or is...
It is Assistance League Coachella Valley, no of.
Okay.
Or no
Okay.
the in the front.
Okay. And do I have your permission to take this interview?
Yes, you do.
All right. And so let's get started.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to get started talking about the Assistance League before we talk about you, if that's okay.
Sure.
All right, so what is the Assistance League?
Assistance League is the first nonprofit, non-political, non-sectarian organization founded in the West to recognize the potential of volunteers in helping those less fortunate to have a better life. There are 120 chapters across the country. We are chapter number 58 of the 120. We have been in the Valley since 1973. We were chartered in 1976 as Assistance League Palm Springs Desert Area. In 2020, we changed our name to Assistance League Coachella Valley to better describe the communities that we were actually serving, because we serve from Palm Springs out to Thermal and Mecca. So we felt that that was a better description of the areas that we were serving.
What is the main mission of the Assistance League?
It's to transform lives and strengthen communities. We have found that when communities are strong, they flourish. People are living better lives, and we're here to help make that happen.
So what are some of the ways that you do your monetary intake, for example?
Oh, okay. We have three major ways we raise funds. One is through our fundraising activities. We have a major fundraising event in March called Razzle Dazzle. It's a very big event. We have live and silent auctions, and that's when we raise probably a third of our revenue for the year. The second one is grants. We get a lot of grant money. We have a fabulous grants team that are scouring the world trying to find money out there available to nonprofits. And lastly, our resale boutique, which is what we're sitting in right now. And all the money raised here goes between here, the grants, and the fundraiser all go into our programs. We're all volunteers. There's no paid staff. So we're very proud of that. We're 115 people strong, and we all are very hardworking to, achieve these goals.
What are some of the tasks that the volunteers would have?
Oh, goodness. Well, for example, when we do Operation School Bell, we have what we call packing days, where we serve all three school districts here, the Palm Springs Unified School District, Desert Sands Unified School District, and Coachella Valley Unified School District. And we go to the various district offices and we pack. We get data from the schools, from the teachers, principals, etc., to determine the kids that are in need at these schools. And we buy clothing specifically for them. And then we bag it up, and then the schools distribute it to those kids. And what's really nice about it is they're not wearing clothes that identify them as somebody that got something from Assistance League. It's got their school logo on it, so they can blend in with the kids. It's been noted that when kids feel better about themselves, they do better in school. They're not bullied, they're not teased, and it's just a better experience for these kids. We are hoping to clothe over 5,000 children in 2023-24 fiscal year. And we've started expanding into the high school and middle schools to provide them much needed items as well.
Right now it's mostly elementary.
Yes, it's mostly elementary right now. But last year we were able to get a grant from a place called Shoes That Fit. And they donated over 200 pairs of shoes to us, and they were name brand shoes. And that's what we were able to give to some of the older children because, they don't want the kind of shoes that we're giving to the elementary kids. And the kids in elementary school don't care about their shoes as much as the middle school and high schoolers do. So we were able to give out over 200 pairs of shoes last year, and we hope to do the same this year.
When you make these is a package called something? Is it, you call it
We call it, it's a package.
Okay.
It goes in a blue bag with Assistance League logo on it, and it has 3 t-shirts, underwear, socks, a hygiene kit, and shoes. And they go in the bag, and like I said, we bag it up, and a school liaison either comes and picks them up, or unfortunately we're not allowed to interact with the kids. We used to many years ago, but now we have to do it this way. Okay. But it's still a very good process, and there's a lot of kids that are helped through this program.
What is your personal interest in this? What is you run the place?
I do.
So to speak.
President,
what is it that drives you to be doing this?
I like helping people, and I moved out here about 6 years ago, and to me, I saw such a space between the haves and the have-nots. There's a lot of wealth here in the Coachella Valley, but there's a lot of poverty. And so I like to think that what we're doing is helping people bridge that gap a little bit. And the group of people that I've worked with over the years are fabulous. These ladies, these 115 plus ladies in this chapter are all here for the same reason. They want to help. They want to do good. It makes you feel good when you see other people thriving. And so that gives me a lot of joy. It really does.
What is your function then? What are your duties?
Well, I'm the president of the chapter. So my job, it entails a lot of things. I'm responsible for the oversight and leadership of the entire organization, and trying to elevate us to the next level. And so every year we take a look at the needs. Not only, I think they call it environmental scanning these days, where you look at your internal needs and you look at your external needs, and you try to find a way to bridge that and put something together that would benefit both. And so that's my job, and just making sure that the memberships are informed, they know what's going on, they know what the programs are, what their opportunities to volunteer are, and it's pretty much a full-time job. Most days it's a full-time job, but I love it. I really do. And seeing progress is just amazing. Just amazing.
Are you able to give an example of progress, that something happened recently that you feel like?
Well, we have grown. Our membership has grown. I think a few years ago we were down to about 60 members. Now we're at 115.
Yeah, almost twice as much.
People are coming to, we don't even have to go out necessarily and pound the pavement for volunteers. People who come in the resale shop to shop, we're always advertising. We're always advertising. Any opportunity I get to put us on the map or to talk about who we are and what we do, I'm happy to do that. That's why I'm excited to be doing this. And it's just, that's probably our biggest thing. We've expanded our programs. We used to have 4 programs. We expanded to 5. Our 5th program now is called Assault Survivor Kits. And I think we talked about that a little bit earlier. And we have partnered with Partners Against Violence. And what we do is we create kits for them as well. We put a pair of sweatpants, a sports bra, flip-flops, underwear, a hygiene kit, and even a teddy bear And we give these packages to Partners Against Violence because they're the ones that get the telephone call from the hospital when somebody has been assaulted. And they take this to them because oftentimes their clothes are not, they're confiscated for forensic evidence later. So this way, these people can leave the hospital with some semblance of dignity and not walking out in a hospital gown, which happened very often.
What is that? The assault, what do you call it?
Assault survivor kits.
So you manifest your giving through kits and physical things,
Sometimes,
right?
yes. One of the other things we do is we host a baby shower every year for new moms at 29 Palms Marine Base. We bring them up in a nice coach and we host a baby shower for them. And oftentimes we've been told that was the first time they've ever had a shower because they're, 29 Palms is remote anyway. And a lot of these people are away from their family and their friends. And so we want to make them feel like people care about them. And so we have this beautiful shower. It's very patriotic. And then they get sent home with a layout worth about $500. That includes a pack and play, some clothing, the normal paraphernalia that new moms want to have these days. So, so we do that. We also have a senior services program, and that's actually how we started. Was we did the ladies who started this in Palm Springs started with seniors. Ann Banning, who is the Banning of the city of Banning, she saw a need when Rancho Mirage, and I think it was Palm Desert, became incorporated, and they saw a need for, they thought there was going to be an influx of seniors, which is true because this has become a retirement community. And so they saw the need and they took 15 of their friends and they formed this group. I think it was called, let me look here, the Assistance Guild of Palm Springs, and they served the senior services out here. The names have changed multiple times. Those kind of places tend to change names often, but we have maintained the senior services program since that time. We have never faulted on that program. We've been able to add to it with the Operation School Bell and the other things. Operation School Bell, by the way, is a national program. Every chapter in Assistance League has an Operation School Bell program. But what's nice is we can all design that program around the needs in our specific communities, because what's needed in Coachella Valley may be different than what's needed in some city in Orange County or up in the Bay Area or something. So that's been really nice. So we've tailored Operation School Bell to the needs here in Coachella Valley. And then lastly, we have a scholarship for 9th, 10th, and 11th graders to pursue their interests in the performing arts, music, dance, theater. And the students have to be qualified. Usually their teachers submit them for consideration. And if they are approved, then they will get, if they're asking, for example, for a guitar, we might buy them a guitar. If they need voice lessons, we may do voice lessons. Whatever the need is. And last year we gave out 24 scholarships, and we hope to better that this year. So we have a lot. We're touching a lot of different areas, not just children. It's seniors, adults, military people, and because we've been doing so well and our visibility is growing, we're able to expand our program. Like I said, the Assault Survivor Kits was a program expansion that we just did this year because we were able to do that based on the funding we've been able to raise. So we try to keep our finger on the pulse of what's needed here in the Valley, and if there's an opportunity for us to partner with someone and it fits into our programs, then we're happy to listen and talk and see if there's an opportunity to work together.
So you take intake of new ideas or new situations that might need your help?
Sure. Yeah, we get calls frequently from other organizations, and we listen. It's not always not always something we can do. But we're happy to listen to them because the Assault Survivor Kits came from that. It came from that kind of discussion. So like I said, we keep our ears open. And I think years ago, this chapter had assault survivor kits, and for whatever reason, they had to table it. Maybe it was funding, I'm not sure. But now it's growing, and it's a great partnership, and it makes me feel good that our organization is helping people in the most awful time of their lives in some small way.
How do you deliver the assault packages? How do those get delivered?
Well, we have a chairperson who manages the committee, and she is in close communication with the director of Partners Against Violence. In fact, we started them off with, I think it was 125 kits, and they've asked for some more, which is unfortunate. We were hoping never to have to replenish those, but unfortunately we did. So what will happen is Partners Against Violence will get a hold of the chairperson and say, we need another 25.
Right.
And we do men, women, and children, unfortunately. It's primarily women, but it's not uncommon to see a man or a child need something too. But we don't know the victim or the survivors. It's not victims, it's survivors.
It's okay. We're all learning new languages.
Yes, exactly.
There are 120 chapters. Now, you said this is number 58. How does that go? Is that by sequence? When it?
I think when you join is when we're the 58th chapter.
All right. Do they have is it international or is it national?
It's national. We do have a national organization, and they are. I want to say that their offices were in Burbank, but I believe they've just moved recently. But the national organization kind of helps us with guidance, with leadership, and other support that we may need. Although over the past year or so, they're letting us be more autonomous than they did before, which is good. Which is good, because it's hard for a national organization to know the idiosyncrasies of 120 chapters. So they're there kind of if we need them, but they really are allowing our chapters to be much more autonomous than they were before.
What kind of things do you take as donations?
Oh, good question. Our boutique, let me back up. We had a thrift shop in Cathedral City for over 30 years. And we decided we owned the building, we sold it during the height of the real estate market. It sold faster than we anticipated because, again, you don't know how quickly commercial real estate's going to sell. But we sold it, we got a good price for it. And so we spent the next 2 years trying to decide, number one, did we want to reopen another shop? If we did, what was it going to look like? And, as a nonprofit organization, there are certain processes and procedures you have to go through in order to get those things approved. It's not my decision or the board's decision, it's the membership's decision. So we found this location in October of 22, I think it was, or 21. Anyway, we found this location and we set out to make it more upscale resale. We wanted to make it more of a boutique than a thrift shop. There's a lot of thrift shops in the Coachella Valley, and we wanted to differentiate ourselves. And so the things that we sell here and the things that we look for in donations are gently used clothing, men's and women's primarily. We don't have children's clothing here yet. We do clothing, shoes, jewelry, handbags. We have some small home decor, but primarily we're a boutique, a clothing boutique. So the things we look for are things that are in really good shape and that we can price to be commensurate with the Poshmarks and the eBays and Etsy's out there who are doing the same thing. And we have a tool that we use to help us set pricing accordingly through Google. And that's helped us a lot because not everyone's familiar with all the brands and things. And so we use this tool quite a bit to help us set the proper pricing. And people are getting the word about the kind of things that we're looking for. So we're finding that the donations that we get are usually pretty they're in pretty good shape. Now, if for some reason we can't use them, we redonate them.
Okay.
Either to Coachella Valley Rescue Mission, we've done the Galilee Center, Best Friends Closet. There's several other nonprofits that we work with to take things that we can't necessarily sell here. We don't sell furniture because, as you saw, our sales floor is not huge, and furniture takes up a lot of space. So we've made a decision not to do furniture, although one of the things in our future is to have an online sales presence.
Wondering.
Yeah, we're planning, like I said, we've only been here since January 18th of this year, so we're still going through some growing pains in the learning curve, but the goal is definitely to have an online presence, and we're trying to figure out the best way to do that. Is it Facebook Marketplace? Is it some other platform? And we just need to have somebody in our membership that's able to follow that and understand, what it's like to do merchandising on a social media site. It's a little bit different.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's the way of now and the future.
It really is. It really is.
I have some notes. It says 4 senior centers. Do you know what that?
The 4 senior centers are the Desert Springs Health Care and Wellness Center, Desert Mountain Care Center, Palm Springs Health Care and Wellness Center, and Premier Center. And they all receive packages, again, of services from us that include musical instruments, blankets, shoes, socks. Sometimes we throw birthday parties. We have entertainment that goes in there, and they sing and dance with them. So those are some of the things that we do for those senior centers, because those centers are usually the very low income people, and they oftentimes have no one in their life, that comes and sees them. And so we go, I think, once a week, and they video. It's always fun, and they always have such a good time. And the people that we have doing the entertainment love it. They absolutely love it, and they get in there with the seniors, and they're dancing and singing, and it's just a very positive experience. It really is.
So you have specific ones designated for this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we go to the ones that are probably the lowest income of them all, because they need it the most.
Are they located in housing areas or separated from do you know?
I don't know. I think I think they're standalone facilities. They're skilled nursing facilities, so I don't think they're in a neighborhood. No, I think it's a separate, because those things would require different kinds of zoning and things. But yeah, they're usually the lowest income seniors that usually have nothing, and we try to help make their day a little bit better.
I have that you were chosen as the nonprofit of the year.
Yes.
When was that?
We, at the end of June, we were presented with the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce Nonprofit of the Year Award. First time ever. And we're also up as a nominee for the Palm Desert Area Chamber of Commerce. If you haven't voted, you can go online and vote. The voting ends on the 15th of September.
Okay.
And we're hoping to have another award in our cap. We're very proud of what we do, and I love the visibility that these kind of events give us, because when I first started with Assistance League about 7 years ago, we were kind of a well-kept secret. We have a group that goes into that networks with all the chambers of commerce here in the desert, and because of that, we get invited to different events, networking events, where again we can meet people, we can talk about what we do, and it's just all about businesses helping businesses. And so that's really been a benefit to us. That's another accomplishment I think I would say we had, is that we've really dug into the community in networking, and that's really paid off. It's really paid off.
Has moving been a benefit? Has moving from Cathedral City been a benefit being over here, or is it about the same?
It's hard to tell, because it was a completely different clientele, completely different situation over there. And we've only been doing this since January.
Yeah.
So we're still trying to see what our customer demographic looks like, but it's primarily, people like around our age that are, looking for bargains on clothes. And like I said, we have some really nice things here. We get a lot of, like golf and tennis and pickleball stuff. Well, people don't want to pay $100 for those shirts. And a lot of times we get those and they're in perfect condition so we can sell them. They're getting a deal. We're making some money. It's, it's kind of a win-win. But I forgot where I was going with that.
We're talking about how is how has your business changed since you moved from Cathedral City?
We're still getting the recognition and location down. Some people, we had some issues in the beginning with the Google page. It was directing them to the other thrift shop. So that's been fixed. But people are starting to drive by. They see our sign. When we're open for business, we have a flag and a sandwich board that goes out front so people can see where we are. Especially on a Saturday, because it's kind of quiet over here on Saturdays because these are primarily businesses. So it's good to have the flag out front so people driving down 111 can see where we are. A lot of people drive by and see us and come in. I'm proud to say it's been word of mouth. And we get a lot of repeat customers. We do keep a database of our customers. So when someone comes in, we ask them if they would mind giving us their email address. And they do. And so we add them to our list. So when we send out ads, not everybody has Facebook. So we can do it through Constant Contact. We can do it through Facebook. And then we do it through Instagram. So that has helped a lot too. That has helped a lot.
What days are you open exactly?
We are open Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. until the end of September. Starting in October, we'll go back to our in-season hours, which will be 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And that's
Wednesday through Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. Mondays and Tuesdays, we are here for donations. But we'll take them. If you come in here on a Wednesday to shop and you have a carload of donations, we're not going to turn you away. But Mondays and Tuesdays, as you can see in the back room, we are working in the back to get the floor ready for Wednesday. So that when we open, we try to change it up. We want to make it fresh every week. And so that's what we do on Mondays and Tuesdays in here is we try to freshen up the floor. We have a system for rotating inventory so that things don't sit there forever. And we just try to keep things. We just try to keep things moving and get things on the floor as soon as possible. I'd say that if you donate, provided it's a seasonal thing, if you're not giving us coats in the middle of January or in the middle of July, we can usually get it on the floor within a couple of days.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. They work very hard back there. They work very hard, and sorting donations isn't always the easiest thing to do.
I can see that.
And but they do. Like I said, that this team of women in this organization just make me so proud, and they make my job easy because they do so much that supports not only my goals but the goals of our chapter.
What kind of things are the most dear that you receive, like shoes or what kind of items in the shop are the most in demand?
Oh, that's a good question. Designer type clothing is usually in demand, especially ladies that shop. They know the brands and they know what the price is. And like I said, we do use those other sites as a benchmark to see to make sure that we're in line with what the public will abide with our pricing. And we haven't had any pushback on pricing. In the beginning, we got a whole slew of St. John knits. And I thought, oh my goodness, we're never going to sell all of these things. They were gone probably in the first month we were open.
Wow.
The one lady came in with her daughter. They were getting ready to go on a cruise. She bought up probably 3 or 4 of them. And they were a bargain and they were in great shape. They were in great shape. We get a lot of really nice jewelry, and we have a designated jewelry team who plows through all of that. I mean, it's very intricate, time-consuming work, but
Yeah.
thank goodness she likes to do it. And she knows good. I mean, she knows, she's got a jeweler's eye, is what I should say.
Right.
And so she knows how to price things appropriately. For example, we had a Tiffany pen. I think they retail for $250 or more at Tiffany. Well, it was brand new. It was still in the box, the Tiffany blue box and everything. Well, we sold it for $45, and the lady didn't blink an eye, and she was buying it as a gift for her mother.
Yeah, that's a good story right there.
Yeah.
That's a
So
very
she
good
got a
story.
beautiful Tiffany pen for $45, and saved, she saved what, over $200. So those things, and handbags. We get a lot of nice handbags. We've had a Louis Vuitton in here. We have a really nice Coach purse out there right now that I think was used once or twice. It's really cute. We have a Jimmy Choo purse in there. So we get some really nice things, because what we find here is that a lot of people at this stage of our lives we're going minimal.
Yeah.
We're cleaning out closets. We're trying to get rid of things because, you just don't need that kind of bulk anymore. And so what we find is a lot of, ladies, when they're cleaning out their closets or decide they just went on a diet and can't wear those clothes anymore, they're happy to donate them to us. And that's really nice. That's really nice. Our members are probably some of our better donators, but we get donations from all over.
Now, when you say member, what do you mean by member? Is it a person could be just a member? Do they have to volunteer to be a member, or you can just?
You have to sign up to be a member. The
Okay.
dues are $75 a year.
Mm-hmm.
40 goes to the national organization, and that covers the cost of their, backroom services to us, and then the rest is ours. Our chapter is an all-voting chapter. In other words, some chapters are voting and non-voting.
Mm-hmm.
But we felt strongly that every member should have a vote.
Mm-hmm.
And so we changed the bylaws a couple of years ago to change it to an all voting membership. So you're a member from June 1 to May 31st.
Mm-hmm.
And we do not mandate hours. So, there are some chapters that require members to volunteer for, number of hours in the resale shop or other things. We don't do that. This area is... a lot of people leave.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people leave in the summertime. So we have to be flexible, because some people are gone for a month, some people are gone for the summer, and so there's still a number of us that are still here over the summer months.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes people leave for a couple of weeks to get out of the heat or whatever. So we have a website where our members can sign up to work at the shop. And so they can go in there and they can sign up when they have time available. And then what we normally do is we'll send out a notice to the volunteers that day saying, you signed up to work at the resale shop on such and such date, be there by such and such time, blah, blah, blah. Then we have a day manager that oversees kind of the management of the shop that day. So if there's products we're trying to sell or encourage customers to take a look at, we would tell the sales team, that come in, this is what we're trying to do today. These are the items on sale. These are the items that are not on sale. And, but people volunteer, with the time they have available. Mm-hmm. And, again, at this stage of our life, there's people who have, medical issues, or your husbands have medical issues. And so we're very flexible, and we're of the mind that if you can do, an hour a month or 2 hours a month, we're that much farther ahead. It's just, if you can do what you can do. All right. Do what you can do. And we appreciate any time that you can volunteer. And this shop has really been, has pleasantly surprised me in some ways with the number of people who have signed on to work here. Now, a lot of them are gone for the summer, but come October, everybody's back, and like I said, we'll expand our hours at that time. We'll probably have more people coming into work every day. because before we closed, we were starting to see that. And that's what was a little bit frustrating for us, is because we opened January 18th, and then our fiscal year ended on the 31st, and everybody scattered, to...
This is for your first season going into it.
So it's been a little bit of a challenge, but we've been able to stay open through the summer, which we've never done before. The other thrift shop was never open during the summer. So we are very proud of the fact we were able to keep this open.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You mentioned before about that you have a float in a golf cart.
We're not doing a float.
Oh,
we're going to do a booth.
Oh,
we are
okay,
going to have
tell
a
me.
booth on October 29th. On El Paseo is a golf cart parade. And it's also an opportunity for local businesses to set up tents and booths and just get their name out. And the parade's, I'm sure, going to be a kick. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We decided just to do a booth this year. And so I will be there on October 29th, along with some of my colleagues. And we just want to talk about Assistance League and what we're doing and how you can join, how you can donate. We'll take cash donations too. It doesn't necessarily have to be, and you can go on our website to do that. If you feel so inclined, there's a donate button on our website. And let me give that to you before I forget.
Yes, please do.
It's alcoachellavalley.org. And again, I'll repeat it, alcoachellavalley.org.
Okay.
And like I said, there's a donate button right on the very top of the website. So if you want to donate, not you particularly, but I mean, whoever goes on our website and would like to make a donation, you can do it that way.
I think I know that, or please clarify, org means nonprofit.
Yes,
Is that,
yes.
So
I think that's the tag, or that's the site they give nonprofits.
Okay, because I want people to don't put .com. Put
No, not
.org.
.com, not
Right.
.net. It's org.
Okay, great.
It's not. Yeah.
What is your vision for the future then?
Oh gosh. My vision for the future is that we continue to grow, that we continue to raise money so we can continue our programs and expand them and maybe look for opportunities for new ones. I'd like this resale boutique to be a major success and a major player in the retail space in Palm Desert and the Valley. I just want Assistance League Coachella Valley to be known and recognized, like the Hidden Harvests of the world and some of the other bigger nonprofits out here.
I see.
Because we're not small. I mean, we're small on a scale of some of our other bigger competitors, but 115 people's not that small, and we get a lot done. And it's because we have people who really want to make a difference out here.
I will say that you're known for quality. I mean, when I see the name, I think of quality. Okay, so I would say that is something I just wanted you to know.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's, like I said, when we opened this shop, we were trying to elevate the experience. And the Operation School Bell, we have such good relationships with the school districts. It's just amazing. And they're so grateful and appreciative. We get letters from kids and from teachers telling us, what a difference these packages made in their lives. And it's just really nice to know when you hear a kid telling you that's the first time they've had their own toothbrush or their own comb. It tugs at your heart. It really does, because we're all so lucky and blessed. So that's what keeps us going. There's a lot of people who really need help. The economy right now is really tough. And actually, since school started, we have a main phone number that I monitor, and we've had a number of phone calls from parents asking how do they get clothing for their children. So I refer them to their schools, and either the principal or the school liaison, so that they can get their kids signed up for Operation School Bell.